Happy birthday to my brother, July the 18th, 2020. And I was speaking about my brother yesterday, and I put it in a context that I don't think I'd ever done before. Wrigley looks pretty good, doesn't he? He got his hair cut today. That is one cute dog. And you too, Carl.
Cute.
Yeah, they're both working the camera. So yesterday I said something that just sort of occurred to me as I was going through it, and that was that my brother was an addict, and probably from the time he was 18, I'm 4 years younger than him, so when I was 14, I used to look at his drinking without a hint of thinking that maybe it was an illness. Now, that was kind of the standard at the time. I don't know what changed it for the world. But I think it's really healthy to see how we, in the past, saw certain things, and it's an education for me on how wrong I was on that, and how wrong others can be today, and I can still obviously be that way. I asked a question on Twitter, and the question was, "How you doing?" And it's in the context of, this pandemic has gone on forever, it seems. Like, what are we, 4+ months, Case?
Yeah.
4+ months. And I got a lot of reaction, which essentially said, I'm not doing well, I'm struggling, I'm slipping, I'm sliding down lower. And I said, on average, how have you been the last 2 weeks compared to, say, the first 2 weeks of 2020, when there was no hint of this pandemic? And it seems to me like a lot of people are struggling, and if they were struggling beforehand, their struggles are magnified. And what I realized is, at the heart of the issue is a word that I don't think I've ever used before on a daily Landsblog, which is something because either A, I don't have much of a vocabulary, or B, it's just never come up because I've done how many of these things? Like 1,500 or something? So I wanted to use the word inevitable. Inevitable. I think it's relevant because there's a sense of inevitability when it comes to... Is he licking my shoulder?
Do you have food on your shirt?
It's probably 50-50 whether I do or I don't. And it seems like people are looking at it like it's inevitable. This is going to go on. This is going to continue. And we're not going to get back to normal. And I think inevitable often leads to really bad things. I had a friend who lost a friend a couple of days ago to suicide. She was an addict. And I think that probably she looked at her addiction as being inevitable, as being something that would always be with her. And I think inevitable is a really scary thing. I think that when we feel like things can't change, I mean, that'd be awesome if we felt like things couldn't change, and we felt great, but, I don't think we're wired that way, and I worry about this particular time. So I want to know how you're doing. If you, on the Sichter scale, had to rate yourself over the last couple of weeks on average, how would that compare to the first couple of weeks of January? I want to hear, and do you feel like your struggle and your continued slide is, what's the word, Case?
Inevitable.
Can you spell it?
I can.
You can?
I'm not going to.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
No.
Let's hear it. You said you could.
Spelling bee.
Yeah, I know, but you said you could, so prove it.
No.
Yeah, you can't do
Tomorrow, I can't.
Tomorrow, you're going to look it up, you're going to memorize it, you're going to have, like you say, hey, will you quiz me on that one word? Sicknotweak.com, 24/425. We're here.
How are you doing?
I am doing, I'll tell you, tomorrow. And you know what tomorrow is, Case? It's inevitable. Actually, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees.
Yeah, there's pretty much a guarantee that I'll be doing this unless something untoward happens.